It was a Sunday afternoon in Roswell, Georgia. Kids were playing with sidewalk chalk. Sprinklers hissed. Lawnmowers buzzed in the distance. And Melanie Cray, a white mother of two, was folding laundry by the window when she saw him. A tall black teenager in a red hoodie, standing in the neighbor's backyard, looking up at the back door like he was deciding how to get in. She didn't hesitate. She picked up her phone and dialed 911. "There's a suspicious individual in the Johnsons' backyard," she whispered. "Black male, about 17, red hoodie. He's looking around like he's trying to break in." "Yes, I'm sure. I've never seen him before." Police arrived in under 4 minutes. Melanie watched from her window. The teen turned as the first officer stepped out. 2 more cars arrived. Lights flashing. Voices raised. The boy lifted his hands. He said something, but Melanie couldn't hear. She clutched her phone tighter. Then one of the officers looked confused. He spoke into his radio, looked at his clipboard. The boy said something again. The officer walked up, and instead of arresting him, shook his hand. Melanie's heart dropped. She ran outside. "Excuse me, what's going on?" The officer turned to her. "Ma'am, this young man lives here." "What?" "The Johnsons sold the house last week. His mother bought it. They moved in Friday." Melanie's face turned pale. "But I thought—" "You thought he was breaking in," the officer said flatly. "Because he's black?" The boy looked down, didn't say a word, just walked inside, into his own home. Melanie stood frozen in the driveway. The neighborhood felt suddenly very quiet. That night, she couldn't sleep. She reread her HOA group chat, scrolled Facebook. Nothing about the sale. No welcoming posts. The next morning, she left a pie on their porch with a note. "I'm so sorry. Please forgive me." No one answered the door. She tried again the next day. Nothing. A week passed. Then, one afternoon, she got a knock on her door. It was a woman, tall, elegant, mid-40s, sharp eyes. "I'm Dr. Ayanna Brooks," she said. "You called the cops on my son." Melanie froze in the doorway. "Dr. Brooks, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought—" Ayanna's voice was calm but firm. "You thought my son didn't belong in this neighborhood." "I panicked," Melanie whispered. "The hoodie—" He looked nervous. Ayanna raised an eyebrow. "You know what nervous looks like." Melanie swallowed hard. "I came here," Ayanna said, "not for your apology, but because I recognized your name." That threw Melanie off. "My name?" "Melanie Cray. Your father was Richard Cray, yes?" Melanie blinked. "Yes, he passed away 10 years ago." "Wait." Ayanna reached into her purse, pulled out a folded newspaper clipping. Faded, yellowed. She handed it over. "Local firefighter rescues family from burning apartment, 1983. Photo: a black woman holding 2 children. A young white man beside her, soot on his face, smiling. The caption: Lieutenant Richard Cray saves lives in overnight blaze. "That woman," Ayanna said, pointing at the photo, "was my mother." Melanie stared at the image. She'd seen it before, framed in her parents' hallway, but she never asked who the woman was. "Your father didn't just pull us out," Ayanna continued. "He visited my mom every week after that. Brought groceries. Helped us get resettled. She called him the White Angel." Melanie's eyes filled. "I didn't know." "Of course you didn't. because even kindness gets buried if no one talks about it. Ayana pulled out another photo, a recent one. Her son, same red hoodie, standing in front of a chess trophy. "That boy you feared," she said softly. "He tutors kids in math on weekends. He plays violin, and he volunteers at the same firehouse your father worked at." Melanie's knees gave way. She sat on the doorstep, shaking. "I don't know how to fix this." Ayana sat beside her. "You can't undo what happened, but you can talk about it. Loudly, honestly." So Melanie did. She posted in the neighborhood group chat, told the whole story, admitted her fear, named her own bias, and wrote, "His name is Elijah. He lives here. He belongs here. And his mother's family, once saved by mine, reminds me that history is always still happening." That post was shared 44,000 times in a week. Local news picked it up. The mayor invited Elijah to speak at a youth council. And Melanie? She started a monthly porch talk at her home. Neighbors, conversation, no filters. And guess who co-hosts it with her? Dr. Ayana Brooks, on the porch of a house that used to be divided by fear. Now they serve iced tea, tell old stories, and say the one thing that saved them both: "We listened. Finally." Thank you for watching. If you want to get more that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.